taking another what 1.5 hours, correct? Yeah, from your personal time to learn something new, right? So we hope that we can able to justify that. Yeah. And as John said, right, I have been in this industry for almost 19 years, of which 11 years in Salesforce, relevant experience in Salesforce domain. It's 11 years. I played multiple roles. Started as a simple developer, yeah, and then played various roles, enterprise architect, and now playing a role of senior solution architect. I'm currently working in HCL. So that's pretty much, about me. I'm also 19x certified, and I have application architect and system architect. And more than anything, I would love to interact with people and then help everyone to grow. So that's the motto of this entire developer community, right? So today we see Salesforce as a number one CRM platform in the market. But when it was started in 1999, that was not the case, right? It was a very simple, organization. But because of this community, Salesforce has really cherished, and right now it's the number one CRM platform in the market. So the community, whatever the community leaders are doing today, like John, and there are other communities out there, correct? They have been doing fantastic job. So we should really thank these community leaders, so that they are giving us a platform, not just to share our knowledge, but also to grow together. John's case is also a classic case, as he just mentioned. So he got a job. He upskilled in his career, correct? Because of this community. So we wish everyone gets the same opportunity. Yeah. So let's learn together and then excel together. So with that, let's get started. Yeah. So I'll start sharing my screen now and quickly set the agenda. Okay, I'll turn off my video once I start, explaining the concepts, just to preserve the bandwidth. Yeah.
Your screen is visible, Rajesh also.
Visible, right?
Yes, yes,
Perfect.
yes.
Good. All right. The next 1 hour, this is what we're going to focus completely on. Yeah. So we're going to talk about the AI. Yeah. Especially how AI, has changed the way how we are uh, thinking, or how we are going to think in terms of solving the business problems. Okay, so that's where our focus is completely on. So we will have demos. Okay, certainly. We will certainly look at the concepts, and then we'll look at the demos. Yeah. So this is the future. Yeah. So I don't have to importance of AI, I believe, because if you ask yourself, how many times do you use chat gpt or any AI platform in a day? I just need a few answers on the chat window. So how many times do you use chat gpt or any AI platform for any reasons? Yeah, maybe or for business purpose, etc., right? How many times, if you can just put together in the around 8 multiple times. Eunice says thank you. Jagdish, 8 to 9 times. I use close to 20 times, honestly, for various of tools. 10 times at least. Good, good, good. Keep going, keep going. So one thing is very clear. We are not used to it, Tarun, honestly. Okay, I think Tarun, might, so this will certainly, open up, new avenue for folks like Tarun, right? Always in Ravi. Yes, 10 multiple times. Okay. So, so now, uh, if you take a step back and then see how we used to do a year ago, yeah, in 2021 or in 2022, right? Things have changed, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. For everything we go to Google search, correct? Yeah. Not only GPT, apart from that, Perplexity cooperate very well. Yes, Ashwin says there are multiple platforms out there, multiple platforms. But the game changer was ChatGPT. The ChatGPT, into public and made everybody to use. A techie guy or a non-techie guy, anybody can use AI today, correct? Yeah. So that's the time when things have changed drastically. And So 2024, right? It's more of people getting awareness around AI. People have started learning AI, correct? And 2025, it's going to be the implementation phase or more adoption, I would rather say. Yeah. So it was new AI, but the term it's not new. But still, the intricacies, how it works, how I can use it to solve a particular business problem, correct? Yeah, across various domains, it's where the focus is on. Yeah. So now it's more like, we cannot stop thinking about a solution, without having a element, in it. Yeah. So that's how things are evolving. So that's the reason the knowledge about AI is very, very important. Okay, both for folks and non-technical folks. You may think that I'm a consultant. What would I do with AI? Because it seems to be more like something for a techie guy, correct? Yeah, who can able to build something using coding, etc. No, that's not the case. Yeah, this AI is not just for the techie guys or developers. It is for both, techie and non-techie consultants can build. There are plenty of platforms, just like your Salesforce flow, right, which helps you to drag and drop and then start doing automation. So you can still leverage AI and then solve business problems without writing a single line of code. Yeah, there are plenty of such platforms available. We will talk certain platforms, as we move forward. Yeah. So so uh, so what we're gonna do is, right, we're gonna see how AI has changed our everyday's life. We will switch our focus and see how Salesforce generative AI is different, and why we have to learn that, correct? Being in the Salesforce ecosystem, why should I learn it, correct? And we'll try to solve some business problems. So that's how you get an idea, where you can use AI along with other solutioning options. Because given a think about implementing using pure, configurable way, correct? I can use flows, I can use validation rules, I can able to create some custom layouts, I can able to, create some reports and then get this done, correct? So plus I can also bring AI into it. Okay. Yeah, but not for all the business use cases. Okay, so that's where we need to take a call. Is it really a candidate for AI, or can I just simply solve it, right, without having AI flavor in it? Yeah. So let's look at the real world use cases. Okay, then we will talk about certain talk career path and opportunities that are available in this AI, for Agentforce or AI in Salesforce ecosystem. Then I'll take any questions that you may have. Okay, yeah. So that's the agenda for today. Yeah. With that, let's see. Okay, so now as our friends and colleagues have called out, everybody is using AI. Correct? Everybody is using the AA platform, Gen AA platform. So one way or the other, every day, correct? So it has evolved. It has evolved. So when it started, right, this AI, it was introduced, okay, or things like PIN, so ChatGPT. So it was more like generating some. Ask ChatGPT write a story, write a poem for me, right? So write a horror or a story for me in 100 words. Okay, it will generate something for me. So it is more like it is more like behind the scenes some magic is happening, and then in a matter of few seconds I get something as an output. I didn't give any context. I didn't say, hey, the character name should be this, the villain name should be this, or the horror should be about an haunted house. I didn't say anything. Something out of the blue, it just started giving me a simple story. It's correct. So when it was first introduced, it was quite everybody started seeing it as a magic box that can able to do solve everything, correct? Yeah. So that's how it started generating a new content, but later, right, it just evolved. Okay, it just evolved. Now I can do a lot of other things using AI. These are some examples. It can act as a a personal assistant for you. You scribble something on a notepad. Yeah, you just attach that image and then ask GPT to convert that into a digital form. It's doable. It can able to read this image content in the image, and then it just able to give you in digital, which you can just store it in any other documents or platforms. Not only that, the marketing domain, has seen a surge in the AI usage. Okay, what you see right here, it's an image generated using AI. Yeah. So, for example, right, this is one of the, not ChatGPT. This is from a site called Hugging Face, just like GitHub, where we keep all our repositories. Right, Hugging Face is a place where you can find a lot of AI models. So behind the scenes, something is there to generate a content, something like this. Correct. So we call it as models, LLM models, large language models, or image models, etc. So this is a place where you can find a lot of free models, because today, if you and I try to understand uh, the model behind the scenes that generates this content, right? Yeah. So it's a black box for us, correct? So only the open AI company knows, correct, the model capability, the changes that it can be done. So it's completely closed, right? But here in this particular huggingface.co, you will find open source models. Okay, this is one such open source model that's very specialized in creating an image. Okay, so I've given this simple simple text or an instruction, or in a term, in the AI world we use the term prompts, correct? Yeah, basically an instruction. I've just given this instruction that I want a cyber genetic Indian woman, with a vibrant Glorian circuits, holographic patterns, etc. Yeah, I'm not very detailed, but with few styles I have just given in the prompt, and then this is the output. And you can just see this, right? The face is very similar, having the Indian texture, correct? Yeah, I can change this as well. I can change this to a woman from, let's say, northeast. Okay, yeah, northeast I can do, or I can just give American version. Okay, so I'll just say American version. So this model can able to understand this, yeah, and then it will able to generate an image. So this is a model or an AI that can generate an image. So this is while this is happening, correct? So I'll give you another one as well. Okay, so this is another image that we created, just by giving a prompt. So here it says an young woman, with more clarity in the prompt. So I'll just show you that prompt that I had given. Yeah, so you can just see this, right? So I'm very specific about the age of the women, correct, walking on the streets, and I want the shot should look like the person is looking at the camera, and in a broad sunny light, etc. Okay, not only that, I'm also telling the AI, hey, when you generate this image, yeah, I am giving a negative prompt, negative instruction, which means I'm saying that, hey, don't create an image which is which is ugly, or disfigured or disoriented. Don't do that. So that's the negative prompt. Okay. So this is the negative prompt, and this is the output that I'm looking for, and this is the output that I have got. Yeah. So I can say an young Indian woman as well. So this will change the output, and it knows that it takes this particular genre. Yeah, and then it will recreate the image for me. So things have gone, uh, let it go. Yeah, so this is an Indian woman, and let's see, this is the one. Okay, it's not very convincing, but I can change the prompt. I can change this. Yeah, if it is Americanized version, well and good. Okay, but the point is correct. So this can help you to build marketing content. You can create a product image, yeah, with using the simple prompts. Yeah, so you can create user manuals using these prompts. So things that were completely human driven, okay, is getting changed now, correct? Yeah, if you want to put something in the social media, or you want to create a new avatar for you, social media content, everything, or you are creating a YouTube content, you can do everything using ChatGPT or other AI platforms like these. You can do that. Not only that, think about this, a comic factory. So this is an AI, with a simple prompt like this. I'll just put the prompt right here for everyone to see. Okay. So I'm just saying that I want to create a comic. Okay. But I don't have any, I can't draw. But I have a, an idea, a story idea in mind, how do we put that in a digital form, right? So here I'm saying that I want to create a comic, book. This is the storyline. Okay, it's about a mother. Okay, she turns into a fearless fighter. Okay, and she attacks the villains, etc. Okay, very simple one. Okay, something that I just wanted to put it in a simple one pager comic book, etc. Okay, so now we can just see what AA has done. Okay, so there is a son. Okay, and there is a something about the argument between the villain and her, and she turns into a fighter, etc. Okay, so this is, think about it. If I have to do this completely right on my own, okay, without having anyone to help me with this drawings, correct? I can't really get this done, isn't it? Yeah. So there are another one. So this is about another comic book where how uh, let me just zoom this in. Okay, yeah. So this is a comic that got created. I can tell AI to redraw this as well. Not only that, I can able to edit this. Let's say I want to have this, not in the background. I want to change. I want to change the character texture. I can do that. I can do that as well. So the thing is, AI has gotten into each and every area, that every domain, and every work that were very very human centric. Okay, yeah. So that's the impact that Salesforce has, or sorry, rather the AI has created. Yeah. So not only that, okay, now you can see a lot of applications out there in Play Store with AI enabled, right? One is this, can act nutritionist. So you just take a pic of the meal that you take. Okay, if you are very specific about what you eat, how many calories that that gets, how many calories that you want to understand from the food that you intake. So you can use applications that has this AI flavor in it, correct? So you take a pic, and the AI will quickly analyze that image, finds the ingredients, and then gets the nutrition as the nutrition values right in front of the screen, correct, right on the screen. Yeah. So there are multiple things that are possible today with AI, correct? So there is no doubt about there is no doubt about it, right? It's actually changing the way how we we take the technology at, correct? Yeah. So Rajesh, how does this help me with Salesforce? That's the next question, isn't it? Yeah. So all these are good. So I gave a prompt. I started using multiple AA platforms. Something that creates a comic, something that creates an image, something that helps me to write code. That is also possible. Yeah, I can simply ask, get me an Apex code that calculates total high priority cases. Yeah, I want to use this. I want to use this in a like LWC component. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so this will give me the code. Now you have an Apex class, correct? Yeah, and you have a Lightning web component ready as well. Yeah, the Lightning card with an option to show this, correct? So you have all the files ready in a matter of few seconds, isn't it? Yeah, you got this. You can further fine tune. Yeah. So across various areas, right, AI is being used, correct? So from the coding, from the developer, and from creating marketing content, and from for the general purpose reasons as well, correct? Yeah. So while AI is doing everything right across various industries, how does this impact Salesforce, and how Salesforce is, it is different from, the other Gen AI platforms out there. Yeah, that's the next thing that we're gonna see. Okay, so we did see a lot of good things, about AI. When it comes to enterprise, when it comes to business, yeah. So we need to think AI in a little different way. Okay, and that's where again Salesforce is helping us. Okay, so Salesforce Gen AI is a little different. Okay, yeah, and it's suitable for enterprise. Okay, why do I say and why do I say it is suitable for enterprise? Yeah, so let's take an example. Okay, so this is a simple prompt. Okay, imagine that you want to use an AI platform, maybe Chat GPT, Pin, whatever. Yeah, you want to send a email, okay, to your customer. And this is your customer. Your customer is John Shaw, and this is the information about the customer, and you wanted to send a nice personalized email to your customer. So you are sending it to a Chat GPT, yeah, the AI. It could be Chat GPT or Copilot, Perplexity, whatever it is. It will throw you a response, a nice response, okay, which is well and good. I'm good with that. Okay, by the way, as a side note, if it is hard for you to understand the term LLM, large language model, correct, that gives you this output, right? Think of this as a walking library. Okay, yeah. So imagine where we did not have computer exposure, correct? For someone to learn something, where do we go? We always go to a library, correct, where you find a lot of books, okay, various topics, various genres. So you will find whatever you are looking for in the library, correct? Yeah. So now take a digital version of that library, a walking library, a living library. Okay, you don't have to search for a book. You can just ask the digital library, okay, and then in your natural language, the library is able to give you the content to you. That's what is happening, okay. Yeah. So just like a library contains thousands of books, this entire platforms, right, the one that creates the image, the one that creates this comic, everything, it's trained on a lot of data. At the end of the day, library contains books, correct? Books contains data, just like that. Okay, so you will have a lot of data in it behind the scenes, and that is what helps you to receive the response through this AI models. Okay, so we got the response, which is good. So this is the business prompt, very nice. Let's take another example. I have a business prompt. Basically, let's say we are launching a new product. Okay, yeah, solar panel. I'll go to our favorite chat GPT. Okay, so this is my prompt. So I want to create a nice brochure, okay, for my business where I'm selling a product called solar panel, a new product. I wanted to venture into the market with a new product called solar panel. Okay, so I wanted to, for the brochure, right? I need some content. Okay, yeah. So, so that I can explain this to my customer. Okay, either over an email or in a printed brochure. Okay, this is my customer Jane Watson. Okay, Jane Watson, and who's a SVP, 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 let's say Finland Industries. Okay, so I've given the billing address as well, so that I can able to send everything in the browser content, everything to this billing address. Okay, now let's see what happens. So the Chat GPT is good, it's good enough to generate a content for me, correct? Yeah, it created some content, but if you look at the content, right, there are certain things that in fact, it cooked up on its own, correct? Look at this one. Yeah. So Jane Watson, did not even say this, correct? But ChatGPT, says that, Jane Watson, did say this quote. Yeah. And there are other things as well. But one good thing is, right, it actually gave me a nice output where I can just see the benefits, significant reduction in energy bills, reliability, etc., taxation, etc. Okay, the content needs a rework. Okay, but it did give me some output. Correct. There are two problems, with this approach. So I'm talking about business prompts, which I can use it right in my business. But the problem is Chat GPT, it's a public platform. It does not know anything about my business. It does not know the configuration, details about my solar panels. Yeah, number one. And it does not know whether it can give any tax incentive or not. Yeah, but it still cooked up something. This is what we call in the AI world hallucination. Okay, yeah. So because this platform, this AI platform is being built to give something output. Okay, yeah, whether it is relevant or not, it has to generate something. Okay, so that's why it's giving such hallucinated results. So the problem is, I need to be more specific about the context or the content, which I wanted to see in the response. Okay, Yeah, number one. Number two, the other problem is um, either accidentally, or intentionally, right? I'm sharing the customer information, which is not at all acceptable. Correct? Yeah, not at all acceptable. So now this particular information goes into ChatGPT's, library. Okay, which is used by the model. Okay, so this is my customer data that I just leaked in the internet, which is totally not acceptable, isn't it? Yeah, because the number one thing that our customers, right, being in the Salesforce, they believe in trust, because they rely on Salesforce because they believe that the data is not going to be compromised, isn't it? Yeah, but I did break this, or unintentionally break this, because I wanted to generate a nice browser content for Jane Watson, you know so I did this, but it did compromise on the data. So somehow I wanted to break this. Okay, yeah. So this is the industry challenge today. Okay, yeah, industry challenge today. So this is where the Salesforce comes into the play, because this is the question that is running into my mind. Hey, can I build something similar to this chat GPT pinned, etc.? Okay, so that I can leverage that AI model. Okay, I can leverage benefits at the same time, not compromising on the customer data. Okay, number one, I need to supply customer data for sure to the AI models. Okay, so that the response doesn't contain hallucinated results. Correct? Yeah, it's close to the accuracy. Number one. Number two, I wanted also ensure that I leverage the benefits of AI. Okay, the answer is, so these are the industry challenge, whatever I just said. Okay, my sensitive data, I don't want to share it with this public LLM. Yeah, number one, right? I don't want my customer data to get trained, to be used for the training, right? Yeah. Then how do I solve this problem? Correct. And this is where Salesforce comes into the play with an option called Agentforce. Okay. Yeah. So Salesforce says us, don't worry, you can still leverage the benefits of AI. Okay, within Salesforce. At the same time, your customer data is not compromised, and I guarantee that is what. Okay, I guarantee that your customer data is not compromised. So how did Salesforce accomplish this? So to understand that, we need to understand the agent force concepts. Okay, yeah, and we need to learn agent force, so we can able to solve business problems using this AI techniques. Okay, and then help customers to in terms of saving their money or increasing productivity, etc. Okay, so by definition, Salesforce Agent Force goes like this. Yeah, this is a platform. Okay, so it's a feature based. Break it down, right? So I would rather put it this way. So it's a platform containing process and tools. Okay, again, processes and tools together that helps you to build, an autonomous AI, agents or AI platform, right within Salesforce. Okay, yeah. So the very first thing is, it says that it integrates business data. That's what we were lagging. Correct. When I gave this particular prompt, correct, I was not able to share all the details about the solar panel product. Correct. Yeah, because that data is reserved Salesforce. Okay, as in the product and knowledge repository and a knowledge base, etc. So basically, my business data needs to be integrated. Yeah, number one. Number two, just like we have seen multiple AI models. Correct. So chat gpt for general purpose, pinned also, it helped me with coding. This one, very specific role in terms of creating a comic for me, and this one, very specific role in terms of creating images for me. Correct. Yeah, just like that, can I build very very specific AI agents? Okay, AI agents. Okay, one for the service team, one for the sales team, marketing team, one for the legal team. Can I do that? Yes, it is possible. Salesforce says that you can able to build the AI agents catering to various roles or various business processes. Okay, all these things you will do it right within the existing platform with your existing data sources, without compromising or without leaking your data. So that's the agent force platform. Yeah, I hope here with that. Okay, the definition is fine, Raja, is very promising, but how do we do it, right? So this is where the three pillars or three important tools that come at place, that come into the action. Okay, so one is the agent builder. So just like this, a chat interface. Okay, this able to build an AI, AI chat. Okay, so more like a chatbot. Okay, much more than a chatbot. Yeah, so you can able to use agent build and then build an AI intelligent chatbot. Okay, so this is where you can able to create agents or chatbots, AI enabled chatbots by role or industry. So you can create a chatbot and then use it in your community platform. Okay, where external users can communicate with the with the agents or with the bots. Okay, um, and you can also use, there's another tool called model builder. Okay, so what does this model mean? Again, remember that living library. Yeah, I'll go back to the basics. So this contains a model behind the scenes that gives the response, and also this contains a model behind the scenes that are good at, that model is good at giving me images along with the text, and this model is good at giving me an image, correct, from the text. So so just like this, there are a lot of models available. I can use model builder, okay, to bring certain models into my Salesforce platform. Okay, imagine that you are using Salesforce for healthcare customer. Okay, and there is a particular model that is good at scanning images of x-ray reports. Yeah, images of x-rays. Yeah, and by scanning the images, if the model can able to predict the future illness that the patient, or the healthcare subscriber likely to incur or have, correct, then that's a success, isn't it? Yeah, so you can models into Salesforce as well, so using this model builder. Okay, so the last one is prompt builder, and this is what we are going to focus completely on today. While the agent builder, model builder requires a separate dedicated session to talk about, to have a deep dive session, prompt builder is the one that we are going to focus on. So this is the starting point. Understand this prompt builder, then you can enhance or continue your journey and then learn more about agent builder and model builder. Yeah. So this is the prompt builder we're going to talk about today. Okay, something that helps you to build reusable prompts. Not only that, whatever problems that we had uh, we had faced with this prompt, right, it can help us. Okay, which is bringing the customer data into it. At the same time, at the same time, you can able to leverage the benefits of AI. Yeah, so that's the prompt builder that we're going to see it today. So by definition, this is as simple as giving instructions to AI. That's it. Hey, this is what I'm expecting you to do. Can you do that for me using your user intelligence? Yeah, that's it. And why do I say template? We could have just said prompt, correct? Why do I say template, correct? Because I'm going to build something that is reusable. So this is very similar to, right, you see templates in Microsoft Word and Excel, etc. Yeah, so you have templates, resume template, or you have you have other templates available which you can copy and then try to reuse, correct, with your own content. Just like that, you can build templates. You can build templates that can be reused with, they can be reused by replacing data dynamically. Okay, we'll just see it in action, how it works. Okay, so this is the definition. Okay, so this is the prompt builder or prompt template is all about. Okay, so the thing that you should also remember is, it is possible for you to use your flow, Salesforce flow, Apex, etc., to supply data to the prompt. Okay, yeah, so for now, keep this point in mind. Okay, when you see the demo, okay, you will just understand what I meant by bringing data from flows, Apex, or using flows and Apex to feed the data to AI. Okay, yeah, so I hope this is clear. Yeah, so with that,
Yes, Rajesh focusing. You can
how does it,
proceed.
perfect, perfect, yeah. So this is how the prompt template screen will look like. Okay, yeah. So you have something called prompt template workspace, where you type the prompt, just like in the chat GPT interface we created, we just added the prompt, right? We can see the prompt, and there are models right here. Okay, so this is where Salesforce says that um, uh, you can decide what model that can be used, okay, to give you a response. Salesforce is as having tie up with multiple vendors out there in the market. So Salesforce has tie up with OpenAI, which is the one with the company that designed this Chat GPT. Okay, OpenAI company. Salesforce is having tie up with so multiple vendors are available. They are supplying models to Salesforce. Okay, so Salesforce says that you can use these models to generate the content for you, okay, based on the prompt that you enter. Okay, so this is more like an administration screen, not for the end users. This is for you and I. So if you're admin, or if you have a developer, or you're a consultant, this is the place for you where you go and then set up the prompt. Okay, yeah. So now, to set this up or to see this particular workspace, right? What is it that I need? I need an org. Okay, I cannot use the general, the playground org from Trialent. Okay, so what I need is, I need first I need to go to the Trialent. Okay, so use your Trialent and then create a very specific org with Einstein AA enabled, or this AA enabled. Log in first, right? Okay, it's loading, and so this is done. Okay, just search for Einstein Pilot or Agentforce. Okay, anything is fine. Okay, so you will see quick start Agentforce, or just search Agentforce. Okay, once you go there, you flows your flow station force. Don't worry, go there. So this is able to create or spin off your own org. Okay, with Einstein AA enabled. In my case, I have I've already created a playground. That's why I'm seeing connect playground. But in your case, an option called create playground. So when you hit this button, what happens is into your inbox, okay, with a username, just like this, and you can able to reset the password. Okay, so this is my username. Okay, I can start use one. Okay, so now I'll log into this. Yeah, so I will be logging into the org. So this is once it is logged in. Yes, good. It just logged in. So once this is done, okay, which means we have an org which is AA enabled. Yeah. So you see this guy right on the, yeah. So this clearly tells me that there is AA element baked into this org. Okay. But before we go in there, option number one. Okay, this is option number one in terms of setting up the org. One thing to remember about this is going to be available uh, completely. It's free, but there is for a limit. Okay, so I think 15 days is what Salesforce has said. Okay, so this org will be available 15 days. After that, it will lapse. Yeah, so you have to create another playground and then continue your learning. Okay, because this entire AI and stuff, right? Everything is too costly. This AI behind the scenes, right? Everything's too costly. So Salesforce is very cautious about giving the plain org. Yeah, but don't worry, and I'll show you how to back up the changes that you in AI, and then start from where you left off with a fresh org. Okay, in the session. Yeah, but the thing is, remember, this is not available this is not for unlimited time. Okay, there is a limited time period. 15 Salesforce may increase later. Earlier it was 5 days, but now it's 15 days, which is good. Okay, but this is option number one. And option number you can use partner learning camp. Okay, if your company is, it's having partnership with Salesforce, certainly you will have access to partner learning camp where you can able to set up an SDO org. Okay, so that's option number two. So this is how it will look like. Yeah, partner learning camp.salesforce. Okay, so not for everyone, only for the only, if you belong to a company that has partnership with Salesforce. If you're an implementation partner, then certainly, right, you will have access. Okay, so you have to use this just like how you log into playground org, right? You can use a login username and password. Okay, yeah. So this is another option. I don't want to go into this for now because this one, is good enough for us to, learn Agentforce. Okay, yeah. Two options, fine. The moment I spin off a new org, does it mean the AI will be available for me to use? No, that's not the case. Okay, so it will look like this. So when you spin off a new org, okay, even AI is the is a, licenses or Einstein AI licenses are baked in, yeah. So right away you have to enable it. Okay, that's the first thing that we need to do. Okay, to start using Agentforce. Okay, let it load. All right. Just see this right that Einstein I creating right here, isn't it? Yeah, it's not enabled. Okay, even though I have the right light available in this org, not enabled. Yeah. So what you do is the moment you set up the org, you logged in, right? Go to the setup. And while it is, I let it first. All right, it's a little slow. I don't know, for some reason my network. So I think just confirm if my audio is clear. Do you guys see any lag in my audio, or
Yes,
is it
it is clear, Rajesh, sir. It is
okay?
good only.
Okay, super. All right. So I've just logged into org. Okay, all I need to do is look for Einstein. Okay, Einstein Gen AI. Yeah. So because we are dealing with generative AI. Yeah. So let's go to Einstein Generative AI. Let this first open up. So you just have to turn on Einstein first. Okay, that's the first and foremost thing that we do. Okay, so now this is done. Okay, but does it mean immediately I can just start using AI? No, that's the case. Okay, so now the Einstein AI is enabled. Okay, once this is enabled, you will start seeing refresh this. All right, you just start seeing, when you search for agent, you will just start seeing something called audio, which is nothing but agent builder. I'd showed you this, right? The three key tools, agent builder. So using this agent actions, right, you can able so today our focus is only on prompt builder, so I'll reserve this for later sessions. Okay, the agent builder. Okay, and this is the first tool. Yeah, so I'll go to agents, and um, even though, right, our focus is only on prompt and prompt builder, actually going to help you indirectly, when you build so I'll go to agents. Okay, it's default, disabled. Enable this. Yeah, and you see this term called Einstein Copilot. So sometimes you see Einstein Copilot is used, and sometimes you see agent is referred. Okay, so both are pretty much the same. Earlier, before before Salesforce changed the product name, right, it was called Einstein Copilot. Okay, yeah. So but these days, after Dreamforce 2024, yeah, so we have been using this term because there is a change in the product name called agent or agent force. Okay, yeah. So Einstein Copilot is also interchangeably used. So I've got this Einstein Copilot enabled. Okay, you can just see this, right? this is done. So once this is done, okay, you can go to users, okay, and then add required permission sets for the user to start seeing this Einstein, the AA functionality. Okay, so in our case, I'm a user. I'll go right here. Okay, it's too slow. Maybe I'll go to the other one as well. This is SDO org, so a little heavy. That's why it's taking time for us to load. Anyways, I'll go to edit assignments. I believe it's already there. Otherwise, I'll just add. All these sales emails we can add. We have permission set group as well, so that is also another way you can able to to bring this to give a user access to this to Einstein functionalities. Yeah, so let's go right here. So there is something called Einstein Copilot user, which you need to include. Believe this is already done. It's slow. Yes, I'll go to the user. You can just see this, right? Copilot Salesforce user PSG. And this is the permission set group. So you can just simply assign this permission set group, to the users. Once this is done, yeah, the user will start seeing this particular icon right here. Okay, yeah. So that's the best way to to assign someone or open up Einstein Copilot or agent access, right, to the users. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So if you look at this. Manage assignments has been included or added to my user record. Okay, in this case, I think I have added directly the permission set. Okay, but use this particular permission set. Okay, and then assign this to the users. Okay, add assignment, add it to the user. Okay, let's load. Yes, so I can just start uh, adding the user to the permission set group. Okay, so this way this will start appearing for the user. Okay, pretty cool. So that's the first thing that I would do. Okay, then so we are here to talk about the prompt templates, isn't it? Okay, so let's learn this by uh, by taking a business use case, okay, where we think AA can really help you. Okay, so this is the first business use case, and then see how AA can solve this. Yeah, so the requirement is this, as a consultant or a developer or administrator, right? This is what you have been asked. So you have been asked to create summary of a case. Okay, this happens typically, right, every time, correct, when you work in service cloud, especially, right, from a service rep, from a service representative perspective, correct. Whenever a new case is assigned to you or somebody else has worked on a case and then it has been assigned to you, what happens is the user will have to go through the entire case, correct, to understand the background of the case, why the customer reached out, what was the problem, what was the resolution, or solution given so far, why did it not work, all the things related to a case, correct. Yeah, so instead of manually doing it, can we make it automated? That's the solution. That's the use case. Yeah, so how do we solve this? Okay, so what we have done to solve this particular use cases, right? So I go to setup. Okay, I've created a custom field, okay, to start with. So I'll go to object manager. So we have case. There is a custom field named case summary. Let it load first. You can just see this, right? Case summary is a custom field of type type rich text area. So this is where I wanted to populate the case summary. You have to be populate the case summary. Fine. So the next thing is, right, I just added this to a case layout as well. So if I can go to cases, I'll choose any one of the case, maybe cancellation of whitewater rafting, etc. Yeah. So if we go to details, I'll find this case summary right here. Okay, it's a very simple, custom field. Right now, this is where we wanted to bring this AI intelligence. Okay, I wanted to populate this particular field with a content generated by AI. Okay, but for the AI to generate a content, right, I need to tell AI, hey, this is the particular case for which I want you to generate a summary. Number one, correct, and get the customer data or get the case data. This is the customer that raised this issue, and this is the description about the issue, and you find all the other details, related details, like through the feed or through other related activities, etc. Correct? Yeah. Somehow I need to tell the AI all this information. Correct? Remember the industry challenge, feeding the customer data. Correct? Yeah. So how do I do it? Correct. So I can ask, the service team, the service guys, right, non-technical guys, or the service reps, okay, to start using AI, as in they can click on this. Okay, they can just like the just like this chat GPT. Okay, I can ask, can you summarize the case for me? Okay. So this guy, this AI, right, the built-in agent force inside this Einstein Copilot is intelligent enough to understand, this case is what I'm referring to, because I just launched this AI, the agent Einstein Copilot, right within this window, within this record page. So it has this inbuilt intelligence to understand this is the case I'm referring to. Okay, it will give me a summary. Yeah, nice, correct. Yeah, I can copy this, then I can just edit this, and then I can save this as well. I can put this as well. I can do this way. Yeah, I can do this way. There are few more recommendations which is nice. The AI is suggesting. I didn't ask for it, but Salesforce AI Agent Force or the internal agent is giving me such options. Yeah, so this is one way to solve this, which means I'm giving an option to the end users to start using AI. Instead instead I just wanted to automate this. Okay. Yeah. So how can we do that? Yeah, that's where again prompt builder comes into play. Okay, so I'll go right here. This is the one. This is what I've just done, correct? Yeah, what I have done, I'm gonna change that a little bit, the way how this summary is generated. I'm gonna change the approach. Okay, using prompts, something can be reused, that can be reused. Yeah. So how do we do it? So basically it involves, okay, the solution involves three steps, not four, actually three. Okay. So you will create a prompt template. Okay. Because we wanted to convert a simple field into an AI enabled field. Okay. There is a type called field generation. Okay. We will choose this particular prompt type, and then we will say that, hey, this is the case object, and this is the field which I wanted to convert into a AI enabled field, and then generate the content. Okay. And then there is a term that that you should remember called data grounding, which is nothing but feeding CRM data. That's it. Okay. For example, to generate a summary for this case, I need to feed the case information. Correct? Yeah. So that's what we call data grounding. That's all it is. Okay. You ground the data, preview, test, act, then start using it. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it right away. I'll go to the setup. I'll look for prompt. Yeah. After you enable Einstein Gen AI, correct, you will start seeing this particular option, just like agents, agent actions. You will see this prompt builder. Okay. So right here, you can go and then click on a new prompt template. Okay. You have multiple types: field generation, flex, knowledge answers, etc. We will focus on field generation because we are starting our journey, right, and trying to solve the certain business use cases, right? We'll start with field generation. Okay. I can also use record summary, but I'll rather go with field generation. Okay. Then I'll give a name. I'll just say generate case summary. Okay. So I'll choose the object. Okay, again I'm creating a template which, so that I can use this across any case records. Okay, that's the reason it's very generic. I'm just choosing the object. Now I'm just saying that I'm telling Salesforce that, hey, there is a custom field called case summary. Okay, convert this case summary into a AI enabled field. Okay, I map this object field as well. Done. With that, I'll click on next. Remember this from the screenshot? Yeah. So this is the configuration area where as an admin or a developer or a consultant, I configured the prompt. So we went to this chat GPT, we gave this particular prompt, right? Just like that, I can give a prompt right here. Okay. Yeah. So talking about prompt, the thing that you should remember is try to be as detailed as possible. Okay. Something that we always say, it's more like, conveying something to your kid. Okay, when you talk to your kids at home or talk to the children's, right? What do? You try to be as detailed as possible, right? Okay, so that they will understand and then execute that job. So this AI or LLM is more like a child or a kid. Okay, so you have to be as detailed as possible. Yeah. So we can also do a role play. You can just say that, hey, you are a storyteller, or you are a content generator, or you are a data analyst. You can also do a role play as well. Okay, so for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two things. Okay, I'm going to tell what task to be performed. Okay, what task to be performed. Okay, number one. Number two, I'm going to ground the data. Okay, which will be used for generating summary. Okay, that's the next thing at a high level I need to do, right? Then I need to define output format. It could be simple text, or text with emojis, or table, anything. Okay, yeah, or XML, or a JSON format. I can do that. Okay, I can do that. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do it. Yeah, and I remember whenever you create a prompt, try to be as descriptive as possible, right? So I already have this one written. Okay, this is the first thing. What task to be performed, right? So I can say that, hey, I can give a role to the AI. Hey, can you think yourself as a case summarizer? Okay, and you work for a company, so I need to provide the company name. Okay, yeah. Then I'm going to give the task exactly. I'll give you the case details, you get me a concise summary. That's it. This is the task, right? Clearly it has come out. Now where do I go and then get this company name? Data grounding. Okay, Salesforce is helping you to fetch the customer, or a CRM data right in the resource. If you just search, if you just click, you find flows, you find Apex, you see current organization details, current user details, and case details. Remember, this is the object that we mapped at the time of creating this prompt template. Yeah, so from the current organization, I can find lot of data. So I'll look for name of the company. That's it. You can just see this, right? The blue ones, right? So this is going to be dynamically, right? This data is going to dynamically get retrieved when the prompt is executed. Okay. I'm still in the configuration screen, right? Good. So this is the first thing. What task to be performed? Perfect. Now I need to supply the case data, right? Yeah. How do I do that? So I'll say that, hey, this is where the data lies. These are the data points that I am going to supply. Okay, data grounding. Okay, case data for which which will be used for generating the summary. So now, how do I access the case ID, subject, description, etc.? Very simple. Use the same resource. Click on case. Okay, you need the ID of the case. You will find all the fields right here for your at your disposal. Okay, so I'll go to case, then subject, yeah, so on. Let's do the same very quickly for other ones. Description, case, priority, case, status. So finally with the input. All right, so not only that, as you can just see, right, I can also bring the related like activities, related asserts, whatever related to the whatever object that are related to, case. I can able to bring the bunch, the related list as well right here. Okay, I can do that. Yeah. So this is what we call data grounding. Now we had supplied, the prompt to the CRM data. Perfect. Yeah. So I'll remove this. So this is done. Data grounding is done. I'll remove this task also. We did clearly tell the explain the AI what it needs to do with this data, correct? And finally the output. Yeah. So finally the output. So I'm just saying that this is how my output should look like. So define the output format. Yeah. So I'll just say that include the key points. So when you produce the summary, I want the customer name, account, I want the date, I want the primary reason for the issue, what steps were taken to solve the issue. Just do that for me. Yeah, summarize it. Okay. And in a plain simple text. Fine. I'll just remove this as well. So the step 3 is also completed. Okay. We gave a role, we told what task need to be performed, we supplied the data through data grounding, correct? And then we also clearly define the output, expected, correct? Output. Yeah. And I don't want this to be very elaborate. Cut short with 5 sentences, that's it. And also use profit set. Yeah. This is cool. Now I'll just save this. Right, good. So now the next thing is, right, so we did this, we created a prompt template, we mapped the case fields through data grounding, correct? Now we can able to preview, test, and activate. So in ChatGPT or any platforms, right, I can't do that. CRM. Before I open this prompt others to use, the actual users to use, I can able to, I can able to test this. Okay, for example, I want to test this for this 1026, right? For example, I want to pick a record, so I have all the this. Right now, multiple multi languages also supported, but I'll prefer to go with English. Click on preview. Now Salesforce is transparent enough to tell you what is happening behind the scenes. Salesforce says that, hey, Rajesh, you configured this prompt, correct? Yeah. And this is the data from this related case. It was able to pick up. You can just see in the resolution, um, uh, eh, resolution, resolution area. You can just see the organization name is replaced with the trial or form. That's the organization name, and you can also see, the actual data, the case ID, the description, the subject, everything is replaced, correct? This placeholder is replaced with the actual data, and this was the data that is sent to an AI model. This is the actual prompt. This is the actual prompt that was sent to this model. Earlier, Salesforce is having tie-up with multiple vendors. Okay, Microsoft, OpenAI, Anthropic, TechSpace, etc. You can choose and decide which model that you wanted to use it for your prompt builder to receive this prompt and then give the response. So in my case, I had chosen 3.5 turbo, and this is the output that the AI is actually giving me. That's it. Okay. So if I choose a different model, it will give you a different response. That's okay. So this is how you can test it. As an AI specialist, you can test and then see, which model is giving a very accurate, result. Then you can simply activate this. That's it. You are done. Now this is ready to use. This is more like a flow. We have created a lot of sales, lot of flows, right? So just like that, you are creating an automation. Okay, just like flow, you can create multiple versions, up to 50 versions. Okay, every time you can create a new, you can make a new change, save as a new version. Okay, and then start improvising your prompts. Okay, so that is versioning is also supported. Now it's activated. Now how do we use it? Right, that's the next thing. So to use this, we have to follow, these two steps. Okay, fairly simple. And one thing is, right, we cannot use this AA enabled field, right? AA enabled field in the, in the page layout as is. What we should do is we should convert our page layout. This is a simple page layout, right? We have to convert this into a dynamic form. Okay, yeah. So again, if you are new to dynamic form, read through this because it's fairly simple. Okay, and it helps you, in a way to reduce number of page layouts being created in the system. Okay, yeah. So that's also advisable, suggested by Salesforce. Let's go to the edit page option. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this, I'm going to convert this into a dynamic form. So I'll go to edit page, click on details. I'll click on details right here. So immediately Salesforce is giving me an option, Rajesh, why don't you convert this into upgrade this into dynamic form, which is flexible, very, very flexible. Click on upgrade now. Next. This is the case layout that I want to convert, finish. So automatically it happens. Hardly takes few seconds. That's it. Once you are done with this, then you are ready to use, or ready to bring your AI functionalities into your page layout. In our case, we had this case summary, right? I'll choose this case summary. Okay. So far, this is just a normal field. Choose this. Then on the right, you'll just start seeing instant generative AI option. Yeah. So select this template, or to look for the template, and this is what we just created, right? Generate case summary. Choose this. The moment you have mapped a prompt template to a field, you'll just start seeing Einstein icon, right? This indicates that this is no longer a normal field. This is a AI enabled field. Yeah. So let's save this and then come back. I go to details. You can just see this, right? The icon has just changed, correct? This is an indication that this is an AI enabled field. So now as an end user, right? If I want to quickly, generate the summary for this particular case, I can click on this. When I do this, right, I'll just see a button changed to like this. When I click on this, automatically this guy, this AI agent, right, automatically pops up, and it will, create a summary for me. Okay. Earlier, I had showed you, where user can type in the prompt and then, gets the summary. But here, just by clicking a button, the summary gets generated. And then I can just simply click on use, no copy, click on use, automatically the data gets copied. I can just simply click if everything is okay, or if I want, I can make changes as well. Okay. So this is how easy for you to make a field, from a normal to an AA generated or AA enabled field. Yeah, pretty good, right? But this is a starting point. Okay, where we brought this AA flavor into the page. Yeah. So in summary, hardly three steps. Okay, you decide on the prompt template type that you want. Is we wanted to make use of field generation because we wanted to use AA to generate a content for the field, correct? And simply, map the object field, ground the data, give the prompt, test it, then activate. That's it. But most importantly, you have to change your page layout to dynamic form. That's important. So one time configuration at the end of the day. Okay. So henceforth, anytime if the user wants to change the size, he can just click on this and then generate it. Okay. Now the question is, Rajesh, why should I let user to click on this every time? Isn't it? Yeah. Why should it be manual? Can't we make it automatic? Yes, you can do that. For example, if the description changes or if a new activity was added, I want the content to be generated automatically instead of me letting user to click on this. Okay, that is also possible. I can create a record triggered flow and then call the same prompt template which we just created. This prompt template, we can able to call this from flow as well. Okay, so in that way it will be completely automated. Okay, yeah. So I hope this helps. Okay, so this is what we did. So every time when you deal with agents, right, agents, or when you create a prompt, okay, you have to help the AI. Okay, by supplying the right data, help me to help you supply the data. Okay, then you have an option to choose the model. Then you can able to run a test, preview, test, and then once you are convinced that the output is it's close to the accuracy, then activate it. Okay, so that's how you can use field generation. Okay, I hope this is clear. Yeah. So if you have any questions, just reserve those questions for another 10 minutes. I'll show you a couple more demos, and then we can I can just take any questions. Okay. Yeah. So this is cool. very simple to ground the data, etc. So when it comes to grounding data, right, there are other ways as well, because not every business solution is very simple, right? Yeah, sometimes I need data from some other object other than case. Yeah, it can happen, right? Some other data other than case. Then how do I bring such information into my prompts, correct? This is where Salesforce gives you the flexibility of using flows and apex. Okay, so I can create a flow, or if you are a developer, you can create an apex, okay, an aura enabled function and then annotated function, and then start using that right within prompts as well. Okay, so the next example or a demo, we will see how to use flow and then solve again the business problem using AI. Okay, so let's learn that using another business use case. Okay, so this is about streamlining business deal planning. So what does it mean? So think about account reviews. Okay, so typically, right, in an organization, when there is a customer and there are business opportunities opened, right, for a customer, time to time we review the open opportunities, correct? Yeah, whether we are really performing good or whether we are progressing in the right direction, so that we can convert that opportunity into a business, correct? So as a consultant or a developer or an admin, this is the task given to you. So you need to fill another field, okay, in the account object, okay, on the account object, where you need to somehow find the details of the last three opportunities. Okay, yeah, and then give a summary. So in the previous case we just did with one case record, but this time I wanted to bring a summary of latest opportunities. So which means I need to jump from account to opportunity, isn't it? Yeah, account to opportunity and then bring the data. How do we do it? The solution is pretty much the same. Okay, so this is how the final output will look like. Latest opportunity summary, just like that, you click and then it gets the summary for you. Okay, so to reach this place, to implement this particular business scenario, okay, I can do it manually as well. As in, I need to go manually review the opportunities, latest opportunities, correct, and then make some notes before I present it to the account planning, right? But why should I do it when I have AI, which is good enough, right? Which is good enough to uh, deal with large set of data and then gives me a concise output. I can make use of AI in this case, isn't it? Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do it. Okay. Very simple. I'll go a little fast here because we have seen this one example. It's going to be pretty much the same. Okay. So I'll go back now. So back in the account page, so I'll go to one of the accounts. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first edit this particular account page layout. So I'll add a new tab. Okay, I'll add a new tab. So I'll call it as a summary. Yeah, done. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this record detail. The entire record detail is there, but I don't want all the fields. I don't want all the fields. Number one, I want to keep only the latest opportunity summary, because this is the field that I wanted to convert into an AI enabled field and then generate the content. Correct? Yeah. So before I go further, I need to upgrade. Correct? Yeah. This is the normal layout. I'll just upgrade this to a dynamic form. So which is simply reshuffles my arrangements, and then I have this uh, right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the unwanted fields from the display. I'll remove this section, and I'll remove this as well. I'll remove this field. I'll keep this a description. I'll go with a custom section name. I'll say this is uh, opportunity summary. Opportunity summary. Yeah. Do you have? Oh, where is here? It is perfect. Okay, perfect, right? So I just have only one. one, only one field, correct? But I don't have this prompt template to map, correct? So I'll have to create a prompt template, then map this. Yeah. So I'll first save this one. Okay. I'll go back. Uh, what's the required field? Fields. Okay. Account name is required. Okay. Just a minute. I'll go and then upgrade this as well. I think that's the reason it is not allowing me to save. Okay. Hopefully this time it should work. Perfect. So changes saved. Let's go back. So from the page layout standpoint, I'm good. This is the field that I want to convert into an AA generated, right? So I'll go back now and I'll go to prompt template again. Yeah, I'll go to new prompt template. So I'll go with the same approach, generate field generation. I'll say generate opportunity summary. Okay, yeah. But this time I'm not going to start with the opportunity. I'm going to start with account because I have this particular field, the opportunity summary field placed in the account object, right? I choose object account, and then the field is um, latest opportunity summary. Perfect. So the mapping is done now. Correct? Yeah. I click on next. Now I'm back to the same place where I can configure the prompts, correct? So I do have the prompt already ready. Okay. So what do? We first set the task, correct? Here we are just saying setting the role. I know. Just imagine that you are a automation assistant or a specialist who is good at creating summaries. And this time you want to give summaries with rich text and emojis. Okay. Yeah. Let's see whether the model is capable of doing it. So and this is what I need to data grounding, correct? So I'm just saying that your task is to generate opportunity summary, correct? And I will supply the data based on the data from, and this is where we need to feed the data. How do I get the latest opportunities? One way is, I can just go to resource, go to account, and then I can just bring all the opportunities. As I said earlier, it is possible for you to, bring all the related opportunities, which is good, but in our case, we wanted to deal only with latest opportunities, isn't it? Yeah, which means there is a criteria to filter on the opportunity. But if you go with this approach, you cannot filter only on the latest opportunity. It will bring all the closed, open, every opportunities associated with the account, which is not what we need, right? So I cannot go with this data grounding option, which means I need to think something else. Correct? I'll remove this for now. Okay, then I'll close the other ones. Finally, I'm giving the instructions. Okay, I know it's a long instruction. Okay, but remember we need to be as descriptive as possible. So I'm saying that you know you need to provide the output in a rich text format, number one, with emojis when required, right? And I need you to show the opportunity details, financial information, and there is another um, activity engagement. These topics I need the output to be shown. So pipeline insights, team and collaboration, activity and engagement, and finally general information. So this is how the summary needs to be structured. Perfect. So everything is good. I'll save this, but unfortunately this will not work. Correct. This will not work because we are not supplied all the opportunities. Correct, or the latest opportunities. So how do I solve this? Correct, because if I go to resource, I have access only to account, number one, or I can bring all the opportunities, not filtered opportunities, isn't it? So this is where either flow or apex come really handy. Okay, so what I can do is I can create a new flow. Okay, and this is where Salesforce has introduced you another type of flow. Okay, so we have this record flow, auto launched flow, we have the screen flow, etc. Right? So if you have an AI enabled org, okay, you just start seeing another type of flow, which is called template. Let's go. Let's first load it. Okay, I'll just show it right away. Template triggered prompt flow. Let's wait for this to load. Start from scratch. You can just see this right here, template trigger prompt flow. Yeah, so this is what, okay, back in the prompt. So I'll click on this new type of flow. Let's click on create. And right here, you can just see the options are a little different, right? I can go with automatic inputs. Okay. So what I can do is I can just choose the prompt template. Okay. Yeah. So in our case, I wanted to use this flow to get the data from CRM database and then send it to this particular prompt template, correct? So I'll just choose this field generation template capability. Okay. Then I can just choose the object. Okay, in this case, account. Okay, that's it. We are done. So this is cool. So I'm using this field gen. I'm going to use this prompt flow. This flow for the for field generation prompt, correct? And then this is the object. Now what I can do is I can just simply say get records. And now what I can do is I can just bring get opportunities, latest opportunities. Yeah. So what I can do is I'm just instructing Salesforce that I go to opportunity object, correct? And this is where we need to have a little focus on. So I need to use the account ID for filtering the opportunities. Number one. Number two, I can just use the last modified date, as another criteria. And also I can use is closed, equals false because I wanted to deal with only open opportunities, right? Yeah. Last modified date, I can use a formula to find the last 1 week modified opportunities or last 3 days, etc. But here account ID, right? It's important. So when you want to map the account ID and then filter the opportunities, correct? So what you can do is there is a new global variable introduced called dollar input. So using this dollar input, I can find the related account. Okay. Then from the account, I can get the ID. Okay, so you don't find a dollar record or any other global variables. Go with dollar input. Okay, that's the new global variable added as part of this newly introduced flow template. Okay, so once this is done, okay, you get the opportunities. Can do is there is a new element introduced called prompt instruction. So basically, whatever you type in right here, okay, whatever you type in right here, okay. So here are the details. Okay, so you can just simply say, you can just simply say get opportunities. I'll say all records. Good. I go to prompt template again. So you can just simply, refer that entire collection. That's it. Okay. So what happens is this is going to go in as an input to the prompt template. Okay, yeah, that's how it works. So two things we need to remember. One is there is a new flow type added, number one. Number two, from the flow, if you want to send something to the prompt template, use add prompt instructions. That's it. Okay, that's it. So in the interest of time, I've already created this flow. I'll just show you that how it looks like. Okay, pretty much, the skeleton is what I have created for you. So it is so this is the flow that I have already created. Okay, so in this place, right, we can just simply replace this. If I just open up the flow for you, TTL latest modified opportunities, that same thing, I've just got all the opportunities, the same, conditions. Account ID is closed is false. Last modified date, I'm just using a cutoff date. Last 3 days modified opportunities. Then looping through all the opportunities one after the other, and I'm just sending the instructions. Okay, while I'm sending the instruction for each opportunity, I'm sending the name, deal size, stage, owner, description, etc., to the prompt. Okay, that's it. So this is the the actual flow. Okay, now I just map that flow back in the prompt template. That's it. The prompt is ready. Let's save this. Let's save this. Okay, we can test this. You can test this very quickly. So I'll just choose Burlington Textile Corporation. Okay. And I'm going to click on preview. So before I click on preview, you can just see this, right? There is nothing under the resolution, right? Let's click on preview. So now behind this is what happens is, so this entire prompt is being, taken, and then the data grounding, wherever I referred this, references to flow or the input resources, the actual data is going to get added. You can just see this, right? Yeah, this is the actual opportunity data, latest opportunities, and this is the actual prompt that was fed into this OpenAI 3.5 turbo, and this is the output that I have received. You can just see this, right? But I was expecting some emojis, etc. Correct? Let me try to change this to some other model and then see whether emojis are, are appearing right in the response. Sometimes it will be slow. Okay, here it is not happening, but it says star star everything, right? I can just switch to something else and then check whether it is working as expected, meeting my expectations. All right, for now, okay, I'll just stick with maybe last one I can try is opening 4. Let's see, this should be an upgraded one. Let's wait for a moment. Too slow, right? Okay, it has some information. Anyways, I'll go back to the other one. Go to this for mini save and preview. I'll activate this. So it's activated. So then now let's go back to the page layout. Okay, now it's time for us to edit the page. So the prompt is ready and the flow was created to feed the data to the prompt, which is nothing but data grounding, correct? Yeah, the concept is called data grounding. So click on this particular field. Now it's time for, you can just see generate opportunity summary, correct? Let's click on save. Come back. Perfect, you are done. Let's go now. Okay, click on this, hit this button. Now it just called it's just making a call to that prompt template, and then it's going to bring me some data. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So I can just simply start using this as well. Click on save. Let's see, there are some emojis added, right? Yeah. So this is for the first deal, Acme deal 6. Information is captured, and this is okay. Looks like there is only one, I believe. Okay, this is second deal. You know, Acme deal 10, etc. Only two deals, the latest opportunities, and the summary is ready for us. Correct. So imagine that if I had to do the same, manually. Correct. Yeah, it's going to be too difficult for me. Correct. Yeah, here in this case only two opportunities. Think about organizations where you have a lot of opportunities that are in pipeline. Correct. So this is the best place, or a candidate where we can use AI, isn't it? Yeah. So you have seen a couple of examples. So now I'm sure that it would have made a change in your thought process. The next time when you have a requirement in front of you, right, where there is a large number of data, okay, which you need to which you reconcile, or which you need to use for bringing some insights, correct? Yeah, certainly you can use this prompt builder techniques or AI techniques right there. Okay, so uh, uh, one more use case I'm not going to implement. Okay, something that where you can use this quite easily, called competitive intelligence. Okay, yeah, I'll just show you how it works. The same thing. Okay, whenever you work in a particular opportunity, right? Yeah, uh, you need to be very cautious about the competitor, correct? Yeah, so in this case there is this opportunity in negotiation review, and the key competitor, right, is Google Cloud Platform. So now for you to outshadow your customer or your competitor, right? Yeah, so where do you position your strengths? How do you position your strengths? So imagine that in your organization you already have your competitor information. Okay, Yeah. So competitor information, where you have the reason for previous losses. If you manage the history of previous losses against a competitor, then building a competitor intelligence, right, will come really handy for your sales team. So I know the competitor. Yeah. So now if I ask AI to go to the history of all the opportunities where we had lost the deal against Google Cloud Platform, okay, then it can go to the history of data and then bring the intelligence for you. You can just see this, right? I'll just show you how it looks like. Okay. So it clearly says that, I did review the historical data, correct? And the reason for loss, is addressing unique business challenge. It also gives you the strategy. It also gives you the pattern observed. It also gives you the actionable, the recommendations. Correct? Yeah. To improve the chances of winning. Correct. So we have to do a thorough analysis, blah blah blah, and then advantages of our offering, customer support, etc., etc. Correct. So this is precisely what intelligence that is required for a sales team. Correct. To win this deal, isn't it? So business cases like this, if I have to solve it using Flow, Apex, or any other inbuilt functionalities, will be really tough, correct? But because we have Agentforce, because we have the AJ functionalities right within CRM, we can certainly able to make use of this and then solve this business use cases. Yeah. So that's the basic change in the thought process we all require now. Okay. This is the one that we just had seen. Okay. Bringing insights based on the historical competitive information. Okay. All right. So now to summarize, in the interest of time, okay. So we did see this field generation. It is also possible for you to use prompts to build emails, sales emails. Okay. Also, you can able to bring data from multiple objects. So in this case, field generation, we managed to map only one object, correct? But what if I want to map multiple objects? Yeah. So how do we? So that's where the prompt flex template comes into the play. Okay. So which means, right, there is more to learn. Continue this journey. That is very important. Okay. And various ways to invoke prompt templates. What I did is from the page I clicked on this button, we invoke the prompt template, but it can be invoked from a flow. That is also possible. You can have a REST API, or you can able to invoke a flow from, or sorry, invoke a prompt template from Apex as well. You have an Apex trigger. So within the trigger, you wanted to invoke prompt template and then bring the data and then use it for some other purpose. You can do that. Okay. So flow, REST API, Apex are the three ways in which you can able to invoke the prompt templates. Okay. Yeah. So uh, a diagram that explains what you can use to feed the data grounding. I can use flow. I can also use Apex. Same thing, REST services, to do that. So I'll just show you. I've just shown you the low code approach, correct? But it is totally possible for you to the same the last use case that we had seen, correct? Building the customer insights, correct? Competitor insights. So this time, we used not flow but Apex. You can just see this, right? Yeah, this is the code. It's a simple invocable method. You This is a separate capability introduced as an attribute. So you can write any logic that you have, okay, to feed the data. Okay. So the point is not just flow, you can also use Apex to feed the data to your prompt template. Okay, so that is also totally possible. So I'll just quickly show you the glimpse of how it looks like, the computer intelligence prompt. Here it is. You can just see this, right? Yeah. So you have the task role, everything set, and this is where I think I changed it to flow, but it is possible for you to this is the one. No, not this one. Wait a second. Uh, Oh yes, I remember changing this to flow, but it is possible to map the Apex as well. Okay, yeah. So you can able to use flow or Apex to feed the data. Okay, so this is the last one, 2 minutes. So the point is, right, if you remember the industry challenge, not compromising CRM data, using the CRM data at the same time leveraging AI, but not compromising CA data. How is it happening? It's happening because of this Einstein trust layer. So Salesforce, what it does is, whenever your prompt goes to this particular model, Salesforce will mask the data. Okay, if the account name is Burlington Textiles Corporation, it gets masked as XYZ. If the customer is Jane Watson, it gets masked as ABC, so that the third party models will never know the actual customer data. Not only that, masking and demasking happens, it taken care by Salesforce using this layer. Okay, you see the 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 time it took to give the response, correct? The reason is every prompt goes through this particular Einstein trust layer. That's the reason there is a delay in giving the response, because it will mask the data, it keeps the data for auditing, it also removes any inappropriate sentences or words in the response, etc. Everything is done by the Einstein trust layer. That's the reason there is a delay in the response, but this is the one that is a guardian, or a gatekeeper that ensures that your data is not compromised. Yeah, so it is possible for you to configure this Einstein trust layer as well, provided you have data cloud license. Okay, you can pick and choose what data to be masked, what data to be unmasked, etc. You can do that as well in Einstein trust layer. More to learn. Okay, that's the thing to remember. So final one, more use cases for inspiration. So where you can use this AI. So remember, AI is not a silver bullet. It's not going to solve all your business problems. Okay. Before you pick a business solution, business problem, right, to solve using AI, correct? Think once or twice. Okay. There is a lot of compute power. If you think there is a large amount of data involved, which where the Gen AI can be used, okay, like this competitive intelligence, generating a summary, right? Then AI is a classic, it's a classic or a good candidate for for good approach. Okay, so think about generating a proposal document. I can use AI. Think about monitoring or going through the the client's health diagnosis score, etc., and then giving some recommendations, correct? Classic use case. Or I wanted to create a document, and then and then with a code document, based on some data points from the other integration points like Google Workspace. I can use this. Okay, client process, service request, etc. We can use this. Okay, more you can find it in the Agentforce partner network. Okay, so the opportunities are plenty, because what Salesforce has done is they have to encourage everyone to start using or building a lot of products in App Exchange using AI. They have built this partner network very very specifically for Agentforce. Okay, so all these are pioneers in terms of giving a lot of applications using AI. You can also these are the products, some of the products that they have built. Okay, so when you find time, explore this. You can also build a reusable prompt. Okay, for a given specific use case, and then you can make it monetized by adding into the App Exchange. Okay, so this has opened up plenty of opportunities for us. Yeah, so I hope this was helpful. So with that, if you would like to connect with me, I'm always available in LinkedIn. So this is my LinkedIn profile, and to further learn, okay, so what this is also another channel, okay, where Salesforce Cafe. So whatever we just discussed, right, I have given all the entire step-by-step implementation. Okay, right in the channel there is a separate playlist for IA specialists. You can also cross-check that. Okay, yeah, and then continue your journey. Yeah, so with that, I'm okay to take any questions that you may have.
Rajesh Babu sir, thanks for the great session. Can you please share in the otherwise I can share.
I will do it right away. So I hope this was helpful, because we want everyone to start thinking, right, or changing the thought process. That is very important. So AI is going to play a major role in 2025. So please start yourselves, upgrading and then start learning AI. There are plenty of opportunities and also, materials available. Okay, get in touch, and if you have any questions, please ask me.
Thanks, Rajesh bro. Thanks for the great session.
All right. There are a couple of questions from Prasanna. In the agent builder, do we need to write our model from scratch? No, you don't have to write your model from the scratch. So, but the options are open. So you can, if you are an ML developer, right, or if your organization is using another model, right, it is possible for you to attach your model. Okay, that's where the model builder comes into the play. Okay, even in your even right here you have standard and custom, so you can click on custom and then you can map your model right here. But one thing to remember is you need data cloud license, so because that is where you can go and then bring your own model. Okay, so you don't have to write your model. Number one, you can make use of the standard models that are already available with Salesforce. Okay, you can make use of that. So you can't build a wrapper either. It's you can create your own model or use existing standard models, but you can't extend existing models. That's the thing. So no wrappers possible. In our current model competent enough to build a code PDF based on discount percentage accepted. Oh yeah, 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 it is possible. There is already, an app exchange product also available on Agentforce partner network. So it is totally possible to build, a PDF. So you already have a feature built, correct, which is something like this code generation. So uh, you can use AI to get that content for the PDF generated automatically. Okay, then use that content and use the existing logic to build the PDF. Okay, so that's why I said you can use Apex to invoke your AI prompts. That is possible. Okay, you can do that as well. This is totally possible. Is it possible to implement voice AI with the Agentforce? It's not yet enabled, I believe, Ashwin. So far, a voice is not enabled, so we may have to customize. What I would recommend, okay, in case if you want to, just to provoke your thoughts, right? We can have LWC that takes voice as an input and convert that into a text, feed that to a agent, and then get the response. But inbuilt voice AI is not available. Okay, yeah, but it is possible for us right now to customize this. Thank you. How do we debug? Wow, yes. So how do we debug in case of any errors? A little tricky. Okay, but there is something called Agentforce Test Center. Okay, so it is not yet available GA. Okay, not available GA, but it's still in the pilot phase. Hopefully, it will be available by this month or next month. Once you have that, okay, you can able to use Agentforce Test Center for testing. Okay, for testing purpose. Number two, in case of AI related errors, okay, testing is one. Okay, Rajesh, someone has reported something in production. Okay, the output is not accurate. It is not working as expected. Right? Where do I go and then see it? Okay, so this is where the logs come into the play, because as I showed you, right, this Einstein trust layer does all the magic for us. The moment a prompt is issued, moment I click the button to generate the content, right, or whenever I use this AI prompts, etc., everything gets audited, as in everything gets logged. Okay, so what we can do is, so we can enable this. You can just see right here, right? Yeah, so you can enable this prompt builder usage feedback data, etc. So once this is enabled, everything gets collected. This is number one, you can do it. Number two, you go to the internal agent. Okay, the AI assistant. There is an option called, here it is, event logs with conversation data. So once you enable this, it will start logging all the data. Okay, and what you can do is you can able to generate reports from the log collected using data cloud. So that is another catch here. Okay, you can able to log everything, but for you to view that, and create some reports out of it, and then see what error happened, what time, etc. Right? You need this data cloud, license. Yeah, but logging error is as simple as enabling the simple checkbox and also enabling collect option. Okay, yeah, but at the back of your mind, remember data cloud license is required. Okay, what are the steps? Simple step to set up SDO. It's fairly simple. So then, if you have this partner learning camp license, not license, or rather, the access, correct? Yeah. You have to work with to get access to partner learning camp. You have to work with your company. Okay, your company, because they are the ones, they will enable access to partner learning camp. But once you have the login enabled, right? Okay, then it's as simple as going into this partner learning camp and creating a. Okay, something is wrong with my login. I'll try one more time. So click on login. I don't want it to use my existing credentials. Let's see. So this is the primary URL, partners.salesforce.com. Okay, in my case, my organization has enabled this access for me. So you have to work with your organization and then get the access enabled. Okay, assuming that you have the access. Okay, sorry, just I have to log out, and it just picked up, a different username and password from the session. Otherwise, there is actually, a trialed module, okay, which details out, how to secure access to partner learning camp, how to create an SDO org. Probably I would recommend that. We'll give a last try in the interest of time. I don't want to keep others waiting. Okay, if this works fine, then we are good. Let's give a moment. Good. I think it just logged in, I believe. Yeah. So once you have logged into partner community or the partner portal, right? So you have to go to learn partner learning camp. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah. It will take you to partnerlearningcamp.salesforce.com, and this is the place where you can create or spin off a trial org. Sorry, not trial a demo org, SDO org. Hope there is no conflict with my username. Taking a lot of time, right? This one. I think I just got logged in. Partner learning camp. Here it is, demo org. Okay. So where you can actually choose, the SDO org right here. Okay. The moment you submit, it will just, send you an email with an option to reset your password and then start using it. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. I have super Sudan. Okay. I hope that helps, Sudan. When we invoke prompt from Apex or Flow to update a certain field, is it going to be async? It is not. By default, it is not async. It is synchronized. But we have to, make it synchronized. I'm sorry, async. Okay. Use future method, or if you are using, Flow, use asynchronous path. Okay. Because certainly it will take time. You have seen it yourselves, right? Because it goes to the trust layer with a lot of audit, data masking, etc. happens right behind the scenes. Implement async approach when you make a call from Apex or Flow. Okay, perfect. That's about the async. Support multilingual case handling. Yes, it does, Ashwin. It does, but it's something very, very, very new. but I would recommend you to test it. You have seen this as well, right? The prompt template. So not all the all languages are supported. So you might need to check on the list of languages supported. Just in the previous release, right? These languages were opened up. Okay, yeah, support. Okay, so multilingual is supported but restricted now. Okay, to certain languages. Okay, but do test this. That's very important. To make these features available for partners, yes, that is totally possible. Totally possible, Shantanu. So this guy, this Einstein Copilot, when I go to agents, whenever I do something, right, this guy pops up, correct? Yeah, the prompt builder, this guy. So this is called internal agent or internal AI assistant. Okay, but I can also build a similar agent like this and then have it deployed in my community portal. You go to agent, I already have one. You can just see this, right? Service agent. So I have an option to create a new agent, completely new agent. Okay, with which works just like this Einstein Copilot. I can do that. So this agent, can be deployed in either an external application, your partner community, your portal, or even it can be deployed in company's company itself. Okay, in some XYZ website. Okay, that is also possible. So this is totally possible. I can able to choose the type and then move forward. That is also possible. Yeah, you can embed. Yes, you can embed. That is totally possible. How can we bring our own model that I know? This is where, as I said, you need data cloud. Okay, once you have the data cloud, there is an option called model builder. Using model, you can able to bring your own model. Okay, yeah. But would that be possible? That may or may not compatible with Einstein AI. So once you bring this model, right, Einstein AI is out of the picture. Okay, once you bring the model. So what happens is the moment you bring the model, you map this. You map in the data cloud, you map it. So the next time when you create the prompt, you just choose custom and then map the model. That's it. Okay. So now what happens is once you complete setting up your custom model, the next time when you give a prompt, okay, this Einstein trust layer, okay, will do the same thing, and instead of picking the standard model, it will go to your own model. That's it. Okay, there is no change in the way how it gets processed. Only thing is the model that receives your prompt is where the changes. That's it. Okay, so that's why the Einstein AI will not have much role, right? It's the trust layer that takes your prompt and over to your custom model. That's it. And once your model gives the response, it just shows the response back to the place where it is called. Okay, so rest assured it should work. Okay, yeah. Only thing is when you configure model builder, it goes through API based approach. API key, you need all such things. So if you want to explore further, spin off a SDO or a data cloud, or go to model builder, and there is specific steps clearly called out what needs to be done to bring your own model. Yeah, so that's what you need to do. And then where exactly data cloud will come in picture in case of AI. Okay, as we know, independently data cloud supports streaming data. Yes, correct. So there are two ways in which you can look at data clouds impact in this Agentforce. Okay, because one is this model builder. Okay, when you want to bring a new model, you certainly need data cloud. Okay, number two, Einstein trust layer configuration. Okay, so with this AA enabled org, this one, okay, you cannot reconfigure your Einstein trust layer. Using this, you cannot reconfigure. You need data cloud license. Okay, if you want to take granular level corrections in an Einstein trust layer, you need data cloud. Number two. Okay, number three, logs. Yeah, because when you start opening when you opened up your AA, right, options or functionalities to your users, they will start using it, correct? And it requires a lot of data to be collected. If it so that's again coming to the bit with massive storage. So data cloud collects all your audit data, all the prompts that goes to the model, and the response receives what data was masked, what data was not unmasked, everything you will get it logged in data cloud. Okay, so in that aspect, data cloud plays a major role. Okay, and it's got nothing to do with this streaming data, your DLO, DMO, or DSO, etc. Okay, because that's another functionality that data cloud offers, like unification, bringing in data from multiple sources, and unifying data into a single unified model. So that's another job the data cloud does, which is not very much relevant. Okay, so here data cloud can be used for bringing your own model, for keeping all your logs and audit data, for fine tuning your AI, basically the AI trust layer behind the scenes. Okay, so in that aspects, in those aspects, data cloud plays a major role right here. I hope that's helpful, Shantanu. Is it possible that Agentforce AI support Einstein bots? So you mean the service, the service cloud Einstein bots, right? So moving forward, we will replace, right, Einstein bots, or we will see Einstein bots gets replaced with this AI, enabled or AI assisted bots. Okay, so that's the way forward, I believe, looking at how things are going. Okay, it's not going to supplement; it's going to replace. Okay. Does Salesforce provide any tools for monitoring metrics like precision recall of AI models? So I don't think precision and recall. Yes, yes, I think you can do that. I don't. Do I have data cloud? Because all these answers, right? Certainly, you can able to. You can fine tune that. The temperature, precision, etc. I think I did enable this data cloud in this org. I'll go right here. Where is Einstein One Studio? Yeah, here it is. So the previous, the answer to the previous questions, right? Models, bringing your own model. This is where I was talking about. So you have models. You can able to add foundation model or prediction model, as in your own model. You can bring in right here. Let it load. Yeah, so you can, if you have your own model that is placed in, Azure, AWS, or GC, you can able to bring it right here. Okay, so this is how you bring your own model. The moment you complete this configuration, okay, yeah, you can start seeing this model available right in the Salesforce org. Okay, probably we can have another deep dive session where I'll show you how to bring your own model, but this is how where you can do it. Yeah, when it comes to the existing models, okay, these are the models that you are seeing in the model in the prompt template today. If we go right here, where is this? Yeah, you are seeing all the standard models, right? GPT-4, Omni, and then GPT, OpenAI, TextBase, etc. Right? So this list is coming from again from the data cloud. Okay, so you can just say this. If I want to fine tune this existing model, right? I can go to GPT-4. Yeah, I can edit. Not all the levers I can able to I can able to fine tune, but only the temperature, frequencies, etc. So this is something that I can able to do that. Okay, yeah. So I hope this helps, like precision recall, etc. Any blog or channel you suggest few where agents or test examples? Can we start with basic ones? So um, of course, certainly Salesforce developer. Okay, Salesforce
Yeah, you are
developer YouTube
YouTube
channel.
link. Yeah.
Yeah, is there. Okay, I have started started adding my lot of videos. Okay, you can if you think that helps, you watch that. Okay, something that we teach, something that we implement, okay, for our customers. This one. Okay, so more videos will be added. So this is another one, and most importantly, start following Salesforce developer channel. There is something called Salesforce AI decoded, I believe. um, I don't have the one handy, but just ping me, on LinkedIn. I'll just start sharing, links that certainly help you to get your journey going. Yeah. Okay. Good. I think you almost spent 2 hours, right? Yeah. So I hope this was helpful. Uh, If you have any questions or need any help, I'm always available. Ping me on LinkedIn. I can assist you in whatever ways I can. Yeah. So I think with that we can wrap up the session, I believe. So
Thanks,
over to you, John.
Rajesh. Thanks for the informative session. Thank you for giving time. It is very useful for our clients. Thank you.